Hello and welcome, Aries, to a timeless Justice for Aries reading, where we discuss however the topic of justice would like to disclose itself with the energies I read for, which on this channel belongs to Sekhmet. Bear in mind that in her delivery, it may come across to you as merciful or merciless. However, bear in mind it is to the highest vibrational cause of direction for the reading and with respect at hand. With that being said, you have tapped into a collective reading held by me 7th, and this is not a personal one-to-one connection that you and I have allotted time for, so it is important that you use your discernment, take all the bits and pieces that resonate with you, leave anything behind with the reading that may not have. Whatever brings you here is in true form for listening out to anything within this reading. In regards to myself, I am 7th, aka Master 7th, that reads these energies for you. I am a master healer that provides remote wellness alignments and tarot intuitive insights such as this. The description box will have several information for you, one of which is my newly launched website that you can use for your browsing pleasures. And if you'd like to book a service with me, feel free to do so via the website. There's also going to be several links within the description box to help you kind of travel some of the content that I have that is allocated between the two sister channels that I run. Again, this one specifically is Sekhmet, and another channel is Bastet. Okay? All right. More specifically about the reading, feminine and masculine energies are non-gender specific. However, please remember femininity encapsulates feminine and masculine energies. Masculinity also encapsulates feminine and masculine energies. All right. Justice for Aries. Whatever brings you here, affiliated with the more or less affiliated with the label Aries, whether that's your sun, moon, left, right symbol, really doesn't apply here. Okay, it's whatever brought you here. All right, starting off with the Ace of Cups, Three of Wands. Oof, okay. All right. You're trying to learn how to break a bond. More or less a bond of trauma. All right. Your intuition is having you imagine a certain trajectory in life, but your footsteps are not walking in that direction. So you're feeling a little bit out of place, definitely not in alignment here. I'm feeling a little rush of emotions coming through, and it's not to the liking of anybody here, especially not you. Not because you're emotional, but because you don't understand any longer why you're emotional. And that is a problem. We need to more or less learn how to ride this storm out to get as much information and resources as possible for yourself, so that way you can kind of reach the end of that storm and then try to figure out what brought you there, okay? And that's what's required to get you to that end zone is to try to remind you, the feeling that you feel right now is the worst feeling that it can be. You ending there is going to be far better than where you are currently. So use that as maybe as a possible motivator to help you reach to what we would, I guess, maybe symbolically say, reach to the other side. Okay, that journey is not going to be as bad as the feelings that justify your feelings right now. So use that again to help you build some sort of resilience, resistance, courage, confidence to get you to that milestone here. That is inevitable. Okay, it's inevitable because changes are inevitable. All right, seeing logic through changes is always an opportunity. Is it inevitable? Depends on It's inevitable causation. Is it inevitable that you're always going to reach the same decision? No. That's where you get to learn, mature, grow, evolve, bypass mistakes, understand regrets, and just all the journeying that journeying of life brings for itself. There is a subtle desire of expectation here. I'm saying subtle because you may have forgotten here what it is that you're waiting for. Maybe it's coming from wanting to still be reminded subconsciously of that your dreams are one way and your current path is a whole different other way. And that's maybe the slogan or the tagline of the banner to kind of help you understand that there's something other that is wanting to come in and be introduced to your life. Okay, it wants to be in alignment with you, and maybe right now you're just not feeling in alignment of something because something's trying to say there's something else coming in that wants to be utilized as an alignment possibility here. So this could be circumstantial of people, places, and things here. This might be triggered however it needs to be triggered in order for you to come in connection with this opportunity and grow within the cause of that opportunity. Oh, okay. So it's stressing to be mindful about the attitude going in, during, and out of social situations. Okay, a lot of trauma bonding happens kind of, I want to say, almost organically here when people, more than one person, meet up. Okay, it's more often alluded or not that there's some more chances of trauma bonding than a real celebration of individualism. I say that because there is a sense of falsehood that we must give credit to the species of human for still evolving as a species itself. And in it comes opportunities to look at possible failures and make the failures become a profit of some kind. How do we come across these situations? Well, with other, all right? And with other can be opportunities of, again, people, places, and things. So whatever those people, places, and things are, it's always an opportunity, but that opportunity might be an opportunity for you to learn about yourself, which is inevitable. So it's that type of awareness trajectory of self where you are at any given moment, who you are within any given moment, who you impregnate in thought when that person is not near you, but you think about that person, and vice versa. Is it is it positive? Is it negative? And that in and of itself is a whole language of a tug of war in the overall balancing of energy required on this realm that presses the limits of, existentialism, to be honest. Sometimes you want to go out, sometimes you don't. Maybe you want to see that person once a week. Maybe once a week is too much, maybe once a month. There's certain qualities of having to kind of address the external showing up that I think you're very good at showing up with and in, because you're very extroverted of a sign. It's easier for you to wheel back after you've already been in, rather than figuring out whether or not you should not involve yourself. And I think that part where you need to kind of like wait and see before you dictate your next move is trying to come in here in this moment in time of your life and give you an opportunity to grow along with that sense of maturity, or get something out of this type of evolution of matured self here. So it's, paying caution to the wind here and who you share energy with, who you tell your stories to. And it doesn't matter necessarily who, if you know who you are internally. But if you don't know who you are internally yet, you need to be more mindful as who gets to hear bits and stories of who you are. Six of Pentacles. Again, that gives me that be mindful who you are before, middle, and during any situation. Because if you pay attention to how you may want to quantify money, use that in how to quantify people. Make all that shit apply across the whole fucking board for it to make sense for you, especially emotionally. I'd like to stress that if you're in this reading and you desire some of emotional redemption, I'm going to remind you that this reading will not provide that. It is Sekhmet energy. She doesn't necessarily care about emotional redemption. For that, check out her sister channel, all right? Ace of Wands with Three of Pentacles. This is about you and finding your true lane here. What is it that you're holding on to? What is it that you're anticipating? What is it that you're trying to reason for yourself and just make sense of, all right? And overall, how do you provide yourself a sense of mental wellness, mental stability? And this is the time for that. This is the time to use the echo of earth energy to teach you how fast and slow you need to show up at the game here. All right, listen out to that vibration, because she will tell you, all right, no, now is not the time for that. Like, or now is the time for that. You totally have the ability to feel inspired in that inertia to show up for this. For the show for I just heard that and this at the same time. To show up for this and to show up for that. Some of you have gifts to be able to disclose information to people in regards to Mother Earth energy. All right, some of you might be readers of weather premonitions and shit like that. All right, we have Vesta, passion. We have Gemini, curiosity. And we have Venus, love. All right, take these images in colors, aspirations, affirmations, symbolism, however they want to communicate with you in this time. All right, with that being said, Aries, I'm wishing you a wonderful morning, noon, or night, wherever you are in the ether of this time and space. And may you keep flowing, growing, and glowing. Take care.